Hey there and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the Functional Trainer Stationary Lunge. This is an incredible exercise for those who seem to lose their balance a lot when they're doing lunges. Highly recommend you guys do this. First thing you're going to want to do is set up your cable height all the way down to the bottom. I'm just showing you guys how to move it. And then you want to make sure that you choose your appropriate rotation on the number. So just make sure it's like a 1. That way you're inside the machine, not in the middle of the gym floor. Then choose the appropriate weight. Make sure you start off light. Make sure you can do 20 repetitions comfortably and then slowly start to increase the weight every other week or so. Once you do that, make sure that when you stand in front of the cable that you're going to be working with, that your legs are even on each side. And then you want to take a nice big step back and make sure that your chest stays nice and high, and then you go all the way down and all the way up. Make sure you do a full repetition here, no half reps. But before we continue, here's a word from today's video sponsor.
I'm today's video sponsor, and if you'd like help losing fat or gaining muscle, there are a few ways I can help you down below. Either set up a free consultation with us, purchase through one of our free affiliate links, or purchase one of our instant access affordable training programs. Can't wait to be of service to you. Now let's get back to the rest of the video.
One key thing when it comes to doing this exercise correctly is making sure that the front foot is firmly planted on the ground. So you don't want to be on your toes when you're doing any lunge variation here. So just make sure that as you press your foot down and you go, you do repetitions, that your heel stays firmly planted. It should really be your whole foot, but it's a lot easier to just teach it by saying press your heels as hard as you can into the ground while you do this. That way you feel as much tension as possible. You don't want to avoid tension. Tension is what causes your muscles to break down. Then when you eat protein, eat your carbs, eat your fats, get good rest, make sure you stay hydrated. Those things are going to help you build muscle. And the more muscle you build, the easier it is to burn fat, because your body starts to raise its resting metabolic rate, meaning the amount of calories that you're going to be burning throughout the day. It's going to be a lot easier to lose weight after you build significant amount of muscle. Now, with that said, another key thing that I want you guys to really focus on is making sure that you stay on your toes, for the most part, on the back foot, on the ball of your foot at least. Not necessarily directly on your toes, just on the ball of your feet. And make sure that the back thigh is in line with your torso. So you notice how it's right in line? It's almost like I'm standing up straight. If you look from the knee up, that's what you want. You don't want your back leg or thigh to be like way further back, because then you're going to feel a crazy stretch in your hip flexor. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to work the front leg as much as possible. So don't use your back leg as much. Just use it to really stabilize, but really push and dig into the ground with your front leg. Also make sure the front knee does not pass your toes too much. Here's what happens when you don't take a big enough step back, is that the back leg is no longer in line with the torso. Another common mistake is taking too big of a step back. So now you're basically in like a split stance. You don't want to do that. You want to keep the majority of the pressure on the front leg. So like I said before, make sure that the heel stays down on the front leg.